Hello and welcome to a little video tour for this Canon G7X Mark III 20 megapixel compact camera, very highly regarded, this one. Just talk you through what's in the box that's going to come with it. First of all, a mains lead which plugs to 240 volts and the charger, which is in good condition. There's the spec. A box which has seen slightly better days. It's just got some crumples, and the matching serial numbers are listed on the camera and on the box itself. There is an inner carton in there, but it's better than no box at all. There isn't any instructions, but you can download those very easily off of Canon's website, and also firmware upgrades, that sort of thing. So this camera is quite an upgrade over the old G7X Mark II. It's got a Digic 8 processor, and I think something to do with sensors, not dual stabilized, stacked sensor, so it writes very, very quickly to the card, enabling it to do something like 30 frames per second shooting. So I can't think it'd do it on 20 megapixels, but certainly a very fast rate of shooting. It does have a wrist strap on the camera itself. The tripod isn't included, it's just really for photographic purposes. So let me unscrew that and get rid of that. So it does have the original Canon NV lithium battery inside the camera, which I'll just show you, and also that's the slot where the SD card goes. Now you'll need an SD card, preferably something class 10. An XC variant would be the best one to go for, and the battery just pops in there, it springs out, and that charges in the camera and also on the charger. So you can give it a top up via the USB-C connections on the side here. USB-C. Now I did try a few USB-Cs, I couldn't get them to actually illuminate the camera, but I have enclosed a picture of it actually connected to the computer via a USB-C lead, and it charging. So they do recommend a certain lead, but I can't think there's much difference between USB-C. So anyway, it took a few different USB-Cs, and eventually the illumination on the red dot there came on, and it was charging it on the camera. So there's no fault with it, it's just a little bit selective about its power supply and USB-C type cable, and obviously which way it goes in, but it does work. The camera has a flip-up screen for vlogging and selfie. So it articulates like so, and that all fits together very nicely indeed. It's all in good order. That snaps shut and sits nice and tight to the base of the camera. Chassis numbers there, 1/4 inch tripod mount. All the buttons work very nicely. The thumb holder is, the thumb grip is nice, and so is the grip on the front of the camera. We'll come to that in a second, but all the buttons are great there, and the actual screen itself is pretty much immaculate. A few very, very minor marks, but because of the acrylic and it's quite soft, they tend to mark up pretty quickly. Quite quickly indeed. So anyway, the touchscreen works perfectly, and the flash works fine. It just flips up on the side of the camera. Sorry about the length of this, but I just wanted to talk about this. It's not a cheap product, so just talk about it and get the best description over as possible. So it has USB-C, mini B on the side, microphone input on these as well, rotating ring on the cameras to control things like the zoom, and also f-stops and ISOs, that sort of thing. Mark 7, as you can see on the top there. On-off switch works fine. The rotary controls spin nicely for the exposure, and also the program mode, and also the zoom control. I'll just show you that. So there's the zoom moving in and out, or out and in I should say. The barrel is beautifully stable, there's nothing really untoward there, and the glass is all good. 1.8 to 2.8 these are, 1.8 to 2.8, yeah. So you get a lovely bright image, or bright amount. I should start and say that properly. A good amount of light going into the actual sensor itself with this lens. So 1.8 lens is always a great starting point for a compact camera. Really, to its detriment, there isn't a lot to speak of. It has been used, but it's I can say the screen's 9.8 out of 10. The buttons are all 9.8 out of 10. The grips, the finish to the overall body is very, very good. The only things that you can see are some markings around the actual barrel here, where it's probably been stored in a pocket or so, and it's just made some chips and some marks, giving it a slight rash just around the exterior. I'll just rotate the camera around so you can see those, but nothing really of any major consequence, just cosmetic. There we are, there's a few there you can see, but really that's about it. So the main camera itself, very, very good, just a few marks around the outside. So if you're looking for one of these a little bit cheaper, just add your SD card and you're away. Download the instructions whilst you're waiting for it in the post and get yourself familiar with it. But a very competent camera, lots of upgrades over that Mark II variant, including sort of a rubber pad. The actual rubber grip goes right the way around the outside. It feels a little bit better in the hand. The old Mark II uses the same battery. I think it's the same optics, but it's just the processor and a few other bits and bobs that are of upgrade. I can feel that rotating outer wheel feels slightly different to the Mark II as well. Okay, I hope that's of some use. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.